have been telling you about the big drop on Wall Street and on oil prices due to concerns surrounding the coronavirus.
That's right. NBC News senior business correspondent Stephanie Ruhle joining us now live from New York with a closer look. Good afternoon, Stephanie. The Dow has been plummeting due to the sinking price of oil and the spread of coronavirus. So what triggered the price drop in oil?
Well, I know down in Houston this matters so much. Last week in an OPEC meeting, they were focused on the drop in oil demand, specifically in China, as it relates to the coronavirus. Well, at the end of the meeting, the different participants did not come to agreement. And Russia basically said, well, we'll all have to figure it out on our own. And that is what Saudi Arabia did on Saturday, essentially declaring war when it comes to the price of oil, vowing to jack up their oil production and depress the price. That sent markets tumbling today, and oil producers like those in the state of Texas certainly felt it. Now, all of this is connected to coronavirus because it's about lack of information, understanding, and as we get our head and hands around the spread of this, more companies and local governments are telling people to work from home, stay at home, and not go to large gatherings. What does that do? It impacts consumer confidence, consumer spending, and that hits the economy.
And Stephanie, we also saw the trading floor stop at one point this morning. What was the purpose of that, and has it helped?
Those are circuit breakers. When you see a massive drop like that, it's a mechanism put in place to say, hold on a second, let's cool down, let's try to curb this and see where things go. Now, markets continued to fall, even though there was some recovery before the end of the day. By the end of the day, we did reach near bear territory. But never forget, as it relates to the market can go up, the market can go down. And yes, people are comparing this to the territory we were in during the financial crisis, but it's much different. Fundamentally, the economy is stronger. Remember, it was just on Friday we got a very strong jobs report. We saw unemployment very low. All of this is related to what's happening around coronavirus. And when we see the country, when we see the community start to turn around to the other side, we will probably return to some pretty good fundamentals. So I wouldn't be in a panic. You know, warnings around your 401k are similar to what they are around corona. Don't touch your 401k, don't touch your face. Try to stay relaxed, but stay informed.
All right, Stephanie Ruhle, a 2,000-point drop, almost ending an 11-year bull market. We appreciate your insight. Thanks so much.